Hello, hello. It is Chris Raquel, and I am back again with our 21 days of change. Today is day 20. We are officially at that home stretch, and I hope you made it this far. I just wanted to check in with you all and do a 20th video and continue on strong and make sure we are praying as well as getting in our exercise each and every day. So, the topic for today is specifically about hopping from relationship to relationship. That is not a good thing, which I'm sure you are all aware. However, there are people who find it difficult to be settled within themselves. Immediately following one relationship, they will be looking for their next. Or while they're in a relationship and it's not working out, they will be looking for that next relationship. So we really just have to be careful with what we're doing, because hopping from relationship to relationship is not healthy, which I'm sure you are aware of. And it's actually damaging to you. You're not allowing yourself the space to heal. And of course, men and women are a little bit different. Keep in mind that Adam was created and God saw that he was not really, it would be better if he had someone alongside him to help him that was like him, but not exactly the same. So he made Eve. And keep in mind, Eve was created for Adam because Adam wasn't, some people are not going to get married, of course, but the reason why Eve was created was to help and support Adam. So men and women think about relationships differently. You will find that men, they often take very little time before they're with someone else, because it seems that they oftentimes feel they need someone with them because Eve was created for him. Of course, we need to make sure it's marriage based, but that may be something that can make you think a little bit clearly about what may be going on when people are hopping from relationship to relationship, depending on gender. So the reason why you really want to be careful is because you need to heal after a relationship. Even if it wasn't damaging or anything like that and it wasn't a horrible relationship, you really need to take some time for yourself, really analyze if it's a good time for you to be dating. And it also depends on the reason that the relationship broke down and ended. If you are dating in a good way in terms of getting to know someone, you aren't having a physical connection, it's mental, not overly invested emotionally, where you're getting to know someone, going on dates, seeing where things go. If that's the case, it may be a little bit different when you're seeking someone else. You may just figure, okay, this was like a dating interview. I went on 2 or 3 dates with someone and it didn't work out. Okay, I can move on to the next person. But when it comes to someone who is fully invested in a relationship and you are emotionally invested and then it doesn't work out, you're going to want to really sit there and decide why it didn't work out. Because if you don't figure out why it didn't work, you are going to be in for the same thing. You may end up making the same mistakes. And let's say there was no mistake on your end. It just so happened maybe the other person wasn't a good fit, or maybe they did something really bad, like they cheated on you. If that's the case, that doesn't mean now you say, all right, well, he cheated on me, so now what I'm going to find myself another man because I know I look good and I know that there's another man that's going to want me. Let me go find the next man, walk in to see what's up with that. That's not going to help you, because you need to really sit in what happened and just, make sure you're okay. Because oftentimes when bad things like that happen to us, we can become bitter, and that's not something that we necessarily want at all. You don't want to be bitter into your next relationship. Even in marriages, a marriage may not work out, which is not what we want. It's not the goal. And then now you both ended up having some negative habits, some bad communication skills. The relationship doesn't end, and now you move on to your next marriage and you're doing the same thing. So we really just want to be mindful. Make sure we're not just hurrying up into a relationship because we're feeling desperate, lonely, depressed. We really want to make sure that we are making good decisions, because out of these relationships, you can birth children, you can have marriages, and bad marriages, I should say. And you want to just make sure that you're not going into a rebound. That's not going to help you. That's not going to allow you to move forward in your future. You have to be strong, Take time to yourself. That's one thing that I've always loved. I've always loved being alone. Not in terms of relationship, but like I've been always comfortable alone, comfortable in my own space. You need to get comfortable in your own space, comfortable in who you are, and not allow societal norms to convince you that, oh, if you don't have a man, then there's something wrong with you. That's one thing I feel like I've never felt either, but that's something that people will say. People will say, oh, you can't keep a man. Not to me, but I'm just saying in general. Those are things that I'm sure we've all heard. Oh, that person can never keep a man and stuff like that. Like those things are, I mean, having a man or having a boyfriend or having a wife or, I'm sorry, having a husband doesn't necessarily, does not make or break who you are at all. So just continue with being who you are. Take the necessary time to heal, and new doors will be open to you. Sometimes we want to rush and we'll say, well, this person, it didn't work out, so what I'm going to do now, I am going to go rush and find someone else because I don't have much time. It didn't work out with this 2-year relationship that I had, but now I'm going to go rush and find someone else because I want to be married, or I want to have a boyfriend, I want to have a fiance. And yes, so that's not going to help you, because what's really going to happen is you are going to, it's probably not gonna be a good relationship because you haven't figured out what you need to work on with yourself. So hopping from another relationship to the next, now you're gonna be bringing in that those negative things from your previous relationship. You need time to cut those ties completely. And it would be much better if you took that time to heal. Let's say you were in a relationship for a year. You could take 6 months, even take some time, work on yourself, and then now you're ready to go meet someone else, and that person may end up being the love of your life, your husband or your wife if you're a male watching. But if you don't do that, let's say your relationship of 1 year ended, you hop right into a relationship the following month, male or woman, and now this is another toxic relationship. Or it may not have been toxic in your last relationship, but it maybe wasn't good. Now you're doing the same things. You haven't worked on anything within yourself. And now you end up being in a relationship after that one ended. You started a relationship after 1 month, and now you end up with that person for another year, and that doesn't work as well. So now after that relationship ends, now you're looking for somebody else. So which timeline was actually shorter? The timeline that's shorter is when you waited the 6 months and then you moved on to find a right person for you, versus you hopping into another relationship. It ends up being bad. It could be long-term or short-term. And then now when that ends, now you go run and try to find someone else again. So just really be careful with that, because, we want to make sure that we're making good decisions, that we are allowing God in our lives, and we're allowing God to manage our path and walk with us as we go on that straight and narrow path. You don't want to be in a situation where you are going to be constantly stressed with different people in your life. You just want that one person for you. You want that person who's going to love you. You're going to love them in return, and things are going to go well. We just need to be confident in who we are, happy with who we are, and allow God to make changes in us where there needs to be change. Allow God's love to cover every situation, and definitely allow God to show us what type of partner we need in our lives. You don't want to just be running around trying to find someone. That's something that I see a lot online. People just in relationships, and those relationships, they are just back to back with someone new all the time. And that's not something that you would want. You want to make sure that you have a good fit for you. It's not out of loneliness that you need to find someone. And God said, well, God is the comforter. If you're you should never be lonely if there's God. There is God, and you absolutely should not be lonely. Of course, there's times where we feel like, I just really would like to have somebody by my side. That is okay, but you don't want to be so stressed about it, so focused on it until now you're obsessed, and now you are just accepting anyone that comes your way. That is not what you should do. Don't just accept any person that reaches out to you, because you are a beautiful person. You deserve the best. You deserve a quality partner, and just think about it. Is who you are. Think about the person that you want in your life. Are you the person that they would want? Personality-wise, emotionally, physically, Are you? If not, then work on yourself. Make sure that you are becoming the person that you would also want in your life. So if you see a certain vision of a man, let's say this person is very financially stable. Let's say they're rich, wealthy. Let's say you're a woman, that's what you're looking for. Okay, look at your own self. Look at yourself. Do you think someone who is a multimillionaire, of course he may, that's a possibility, but do you think a multimillionaire is going to be interested in a young lady that's working part-time? Not like there's some dire need for her to work part-time. Working part-time, doesn't live with the parents or anything, not a student, works part-time, and is potentially on Section 8 housing, and is working part-time just because they want to, and working part-time at McDonald's, and maybe I'm not gonna talk about the kids, but just think about that. Is on Section 8, works part-time by choice. I don't know if there's a possibility to even work. Do you think a multimillionaire is going to, basically I'm saying that that young lady is not ambitious. So that's the whole gist. It's a non-ambitious person. You think they're going to be interested? Do you think that a multimillionaire is going to think, oh, this is somebody who will make a good fit for me? And of course, not saying that you working part-time at McDonald's is something bad. I'm just saying in general that if you're working part-time by choice, just because you don't want to work, then there's somebody who's built a business and they're multimillionaire, they're most likely not going to see the value in that type of person. Of course, that person can change, become ambitious, and start working, but you have to think about the person you want and think about where you're at. If you are doing well for yourself, you have a career, or maybe you decided to follow a career that you wanted, you decided to become an accountant, you're working well, you're a hard worker, let's say you're a manager in retail, you're a manager somewhere, you've worked up the ladder, you become a doctor, lawyer, you're a salesperson, you sell insurance, you have some type of career, and yeah, if you cross paths with a multimillionaire, they may see something in you, they may be interested in you because you are doing something and you're being productive with your life. So really think about what you want, and think about who you are, and think about if that would be a good fit for the person you're looking for. If you are morbidly obese and you would like to have a man who has six packs, who has nice chest muscles, who is very in shape, if that's your ideal, you have to be realistic. You are not typically going to be the person that man will be interested in. So just face reality, right? So we have to work on ourselves, work on things about ourselves, and we can't expect things of other people and not expect them from ourselves. But anyway, this is mainly about not hopping from relationship to relationship, loving yourself, making change where necessary, and God is going to always do the rest. So I hope this video has been helpful to you. If you're interested, please like the videos just so I know which videos are of interest to you, and also subscribe to my channel if you're interested in my channel. I spoke before and I mentioned that I do videos about life, self-development. I'll do a haul here and there or something related to health. I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.